Good morning. Do you have your favorite beverage? Are you ready to see a fun card? I saw this somewhere on, I think it was on Facebook, and the way they had done it, I think they had used an edge die, and I thought, but you can do the same thing with your stamps. So I'm going to show you how to do it that way. I'm clicking on my photo so I can or the video on Facebook. Hey, Lorraine. So I can see when people come in. I love this idea. And I'm thinking we have so many stamps that you could do this with. Now, I will tell you there's a couple of things that I learned in doing my first one that I'll talk to you about as I do make today's. So you can kind of see some other things. Hey, Marty. Oh, Florida. I hope it's warm down there. Oh, thanks, Marty. I appreciate it. That's the highest compliment you can pay me, is to share my video. Oh, I forgot. Oh, darn. I forgot to draw a name for last week. I will take and do that. Marty, you are already entered because you shared. Anybody who comments and shares my video is entered to win the cards. I do one for sharing and one for commenting for my video, and that goes all week long. So it's plenty of time. Ooh. Wow, Lorraine. It's late at night there, I think. Renee Mengel usually comes in, and she's from there. There she is. I just was talking about you. Were your ears burning? We have a beautiful sunny day here. It's a little chillier, but it's going to warm up some. A Florida room. I have my downstairs is a whole great room, and it's got lots of windows and bright. I love it. Oh yeah, that's late. So you're a late night person, just like Renee is. So, but anyway, about the card, I will post, and when we're done, I'll draw and post who wins the cards for last week. I totally forgot. And I even thought of it this morning, but my schedule got thrown off. I had somebody come by to pick up an order, and I hadn't planned on it. Night owl. Yeah. Lorraine, there are a few of those around. I am, but I'm usually in bed because the dog wants to be in bed. So, but I lay there and watch YouTube. So I understand that. I hope you're getting ready for Christmas. Do you realize how close it is? It's less than 50 days. Oh my gosh. I hope you have everything done that you have to have done. I've still got wrapping to do so I can get some, one of the boxes out of here that has to go to California, because it also has birthday present in it, because Jake's birthday is the 1st of December. And then there's Christmas. So I've got to get that straight so I can get it out next week. I'm also frantically prepping for a craft show. I was going to do a craft show with a friend next Saturday, so I won't be on next Saturday, Friday and Saturday. And he asked me to join him because he didn't have a lot of stuff, and he just moved, and he's like, I just don't have enough. Let's do it together. And I said, okay. So I said yes, I would do it. And he, so I get a message from him earlier this week, and he says, you can do the show by yourself, or I'm turning it back to the school. He says he's had some health issues and they just moved. And so he says, I just cannot do it. So I said, okay, I'll do it. So I was like, I'm frantically pulling stuff together, and I was feeling pretty good. And then I said, do I have to take my own tables and all? And he said, yes. And then I said, okay. So I contacted the school, because it's at a Catholic school down here. And I said, can you tell me what size space I will have? And the lady says 10 by 10. I went, oh my gosh, I was thinking 6 by 6. Now I got 10 by 10. So it's like, okay, what else do I have I can pull? I had some things left over. I've got tons of cards, but but I got to find out. I think I need to find a better way to display them. I don't know. I have a friend that is going to come over tomorrow, and we're going to do some brainstorming and see if I can't figure it out, because if I have to pull some other stuff, then I will. I have card kits I'm making, and I didn't plan on having more work than I had. Thank heavens. I was just in fast mode yesterday and the day before, and I got a lot done. So I'm hoping to get a lot done today. All right, I think it's time to get started. I'm going to take one more sip, just because, and I move that out of the way because if I don't, it will be turned over. All right, now I'm going to get ready. There's my, all right, I'm going to turn myself upside down and flip it. So if you get dizzy, cover your eyes. All right, let's see if oh, Lorraine, that's the only way to drink. I have tea. I don't do coffee. That might be a little too close. That's the only way that I drink my tea, is a big mug. I like my big mug. All right, now I'm going to play with this just a little. Almost. It's straight, at least. I backed it up just a little. Ooh, perfect. I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, there's the card that I did as the sample. And this, we usually see DSP here or whatever. And I saw this, like I said, on Facebook, and it's called the paint chip method. Now, I used 3 colors because I had 3 colors in purple. But you can do this with as many colors as you have. If you have 4, do 4, just adjust the size. But I think it's a nice addition to the edge, and it gives it something different. And you still have plenty of space in here to write, because you can write on both sides. So let's see how to do this. And it's really not hard, but it does involve some fussy cutting. And I had to pull this down a little bit more. I have to figure out how high up I can go. I should be good there. There. All right, so the first thing you're going to start with, and I'm using in a different set and colors to give you another idea. Thanks, Marty. You're going to start with your piece of, I use Whisper White. You could use Very Vanilla. This would look gorgeous with fall leaves down the side. All right, so I've got that. I pulled the Fern from the Daisy set because that's the set I'm using today. Where's my, oh, I left it over on my table, I think. Yes, I'm actually using the Daisy Lane set, the Fern and the 2 flowers. So, and then I wanted pinks and a green, so I've pulled in Mint Macaron. And this one, there's a little bit more here, especially in here, so I can go closer to the edge. So I'm going to go a little closer to the edge here. All right, and I'm going to stamp the 1. Now, you do want to go off, and I'm going to have this one hopefully touch that bottom. Yeah. And then, oh, I got to pull in a paper because I'll get it on my, like so. And you can vary it. So now I've got my edge stamped. And the next thing, and I thought I grabbed ribbon and I didn't. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take this image that you've stamped and you're just going to cut it. And I'm going to do some simple cutting. I will do some zigzaggy type things if I can get it in there. But you're just going to cut around the edge. If you have a leaf that's a little bit more defined, you can use it. But you just follow it. Now, I'm not going to go all the way in there because that's going to make it a little too close that it could rip. So, and see how if I kind of zigzag it. It gives it a little bit more interest on the wavy edges. So kind of follows the leaves too, a little bit. Of course, when they're tiny like this, you can't do a whole lot. All right, and then you're gonna go all the way up, like so. All right, so we've got our edge cut. Thanks, Linda. Hey, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. All right, so there's our edge. Now we need to do our paint chips. And I will tell you, when I did this one, I put the top one and the bottom one on and did the spacing, thinking that I would have the same spacing here. Nope, it didn't work that way. So what I'm going to do with this one is I've pulled 3 pinks. I've pulled Blushing Bride. I think this one is, it's not Magenta Madness, Polished Pink. And this one is Melon Mambo. These are very close in size, and the measurements will be posted afterwards. So they should be this way, and these can be cut smaller if you don't think you need the space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the one in the middle, and I'm going to put it down. All right, so let's see. Boom, 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 boom. So right about there. So if I put it there, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right, so it goes right about there. And you want it even with the edge, like so. And you want your colors variegated. So when you put these down, put them down either light to dark or dark to light. All right, now this one I'm going to put on, and I'm going to center it and have my white space even. So these could probably be a little bit smaller. So when you do this, keep that in mind that you may not need all that space. And this one is going to be better because the spaces are even. And see how that really highlights that edge? So now we're ready to decorate. And I'm going to move this out of the way so I have some space to stamp. I'm going to use Melon Mambo, and I'm going to do some off stamping. So I'm going to pull in my scrap paper. All right, because I don't want this too dark. All right, I'm going to go for 3. So 1, 2, there's 1. Now with these, you want to stamp it so the petals go north and south. That way you have, it's easy to punch it. All right, and I'm going to stamp the other one. Hopefully that's in there. Yep. And then I'm going to use the little one. And I think I'm only going to stamp it once. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, only because it'll give it a little bit of interest. Since I stamped the edge of that and it was really kind of decorative, all I added was a sentiment. I thought this time I would do it and add a punched element to the edge. All right, so let me pull in this punch and you'll see what I mean. You're going to slide this in and see how easy this lines up if you keep your petals going north to south. All you basically have to do is get it. And I will tell you, this punch is hard, and it's because it's got so many little pieces. I have a feeling this set and punch are going to retire, which will make me very sad because I love my daisies. But not much I can do about it. Maybe they'll keep the punches and come out with a new set. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see what goes and what stays. All right. And this can be done with any flower punch that you have and leaves. All right, now, to give my flower some added interest, I'm going to take and I'm going to curl my petals down for 2 of them, the 2 big ones. And the smallest one that's in the middle, I'm going to curl up. And that just kind of gives it a little bit of interest. All right. So here we go, almost done. And then you want to layer these, and I layer them with dimensionals because I want, oh, here's a little tiny one that escaped. Oh, it's still stuck to me. I'd cut down one. I needed a little tiny piece. So I'm going to turn and I'm going to put, and I know you're thinking, why aren't you putting a whole one in there since you're using 2? But here is why. If you put a whole one in there, your edges, see how I've got a lot of edge here? When you do the whole one in there without cutting it down, you don't get that. And I feel it gives it more stability. Now I'm going to put this one on, but I'm offsetting it slightly, but I'm not worried about the open spaces because this one is going to go on, and this one only needs one little one in the middle, and it's going to fill in those spaces like so. All right. And it's filled those spaces in. So this is ready to go onto our card. So I'm going to pull in some dimensionals. I got to cut some. And I thought I had pulled a ribbon, but I guess I forgot. So I'll have to find a ribbon to add. Not sure which one. I'll have to look and see what I have. All right. Or maybe I'll just add the flower and a sentiment. I'm going to put the flower at the bottom like so. I think I'm going to get the hello, and I'm going to stamp the hello, and I'll stamp it in the melon mambo. And I'm going to stamp it, I think I'm going to stamp it there. Let me make sure this is straight. Like so. And you know what? I'm going to add some gems. I want some sparkle. So let me see. I have been using up my, look at my pieces of rhinestones. Oh my gosh, I've got pieces of them everywhere. I have a tendency to use up all of one, like this one. The only thing left on here are the big ones. So I'm going to put one big one right there in the center of that flower. We had the perfect gems a few years ago. And, all right. And I'll put one here. And I think I'll do a medium size. These are all little. And this is, I think, the last package I have. And that's all I'm going to do because it's the 3. The last package I have where they're joined. So I think the packages I have now are all. Oh, thanks, Marty. So there it is. One with a ribbon and one with gems. Now you could easily add a ribbon over here, but I think it would look better if it was a narrow ribbon. And the only thing I could do would be to take the, yes, definitely. Thanks, Ray. And dye the wrinkled seam binding, and that would be it. So, but there it is. This was celebration ribbon from a few years ago, and it matches Gorgeous Grape perfectly. So I am always, oh, thanks, guys. I love your comments, and I love to hear what you think of them. But I just think it adds some interest to the card. And like I said, these pieces are very big. They probably could be cut down. So just keep that in mind. This one was longer because I'd gone so far in there. So when you do your cutting, you might have to adjust the size of these. And if you have more than 3 colors, you would have to adjust the size. So, all right, now don't forget, anybody who comments is entered to win to receive one of my cards, and I have 2 to give away, and anybody who shares is entered. So if you share the video and comment, you get 2 entries. Oh, you're quite welcome, Linda. I'm glad I could inspire you. It had been a while since I'd played with the Daisy one too. I'm just kind of looking at my sets thinking, oh, which ones are going to go that I'm going to miss so much. So I think it's a very pretty card, very easy card, and it's really nice. And like I said, you have all this space over here you can write in. So you don't have to. Now, if you're going to do a lot of writing, you may not want to put, because see, it's not laying down. Yeah, I saw that you shared, Linda. Thank you. You may not want to put that element on until you've written the inside. So that's the only thing to think about. So I'm going to get ready. Oh yeah, you could do it in landscape instead of portrait. So, I mean, it lends itself to so many things. And like I said, do it in ivory with fall leaves down the side. Oh my gosh, that would be gorgeous. And what else? You could do blues with snowflakes down the side. Lots of different ideas. The snowflakes you could actually do this way and stamp a few up at the top so that it looks like it's falling. Yes, so many possibilities, and I love cards like that. All right, let me put my tea down. Hide your eyes. I'm flipping, guys. I know I can't flip and cover at the same time. So let me see. There it is. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I love that stamp set, Lorraine. That is one of my favorites. That whole bundle. Oh my gosh. And I wasn't real thrilled with it at first, but I have played with it so much. And I just love how it stamps. I mean, that's what I used on this one. So, I mean, this could be done in any color. You could do this in yellows. We have So Saffron and Daffodil and Crushed Curry and Bumblebee. So just know that if you use 4 strips of paper, you have to adjust it. Hey, Linda. So, I mean, you know, you could do it anything. I mean, you could do it in blues. We have Balmy Blue, Pacific Point, Navy, Misty Moonlight. You know, I thought about the sailboat, but I don't know how you'd have to really play to get that sailboat stamped on the side. I don't know how it would work. But some great ideas. I hope I've inspired you and that you'll pull out your sets like Linda said and make some. Make sure you share them with us. I love seeing what you guys do with my stuff. And if you can't post it, thanks, Marty. Great. Go to your craft room and have some fun. That's fine, Linda. Send them to me in an instant message and I will post them. Some people can't post. I don't know why. Others can. So make sure you share your ideas with us, and that's a share, so your name would be entered. You don't have to comment, you know, and share the video, although I love sharing my videos because other people see it. But let's share ideas. I mean, I don't know about you, but about this time of year, my ideas kind of need some refreshing. So I hope I've inspired you, and then you can inspire me. All right, ladies, I'm going to get ready and go. You too, Marty. Actually, today is the last day of Onstage Online, which is the convention for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And it starts in about 6 minutes. So I finished in time. Aw, thanks for the thumbs up and the hearts, guys. I love it. I'm anxious to see. I did see a few things, so some ideas that I could use. I didn't get the stamp sets, but some ideas that people have shared in demonstrations. So I'll be doing some of those in my classes and on Facebook Lives. It was like, oh, that's an old one. That's an old one. We can do that. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.